Aussie gem hunting a sieve here. If you ever wonder how much material I actually shift in like a normal processing day, yeah, I'll give you a look. So that was 36 loads for the day. So that's as much sand. And for scale, there's the shovel, and then that's the bigs. That's how many. We're talking about 37 wheelbarrows, and then if we come this way, that's 1 out of 8, and it's normally a bit fuller than that. And obviously we've been through the pulsator and dug all the sapphires out, and then that's how full the bins are. So that one needs to be emptied. I'm not going to empty that one, and that one needs to be emptied as well. So you can see, it's not going to last another 3 or 4 processes, but the material is fairly waxy. Yeah, that material was fairly waxy, as you could see downstairs from the last video, if you don't check that out. And there was a fair bit of sand in it as well, and I'm upgrading my mesh to a bigger size, so more sand falls down. I won't necessarily lose that many sapphires. I don't lose any sapphires, but the mesh gets upgraded. Yeah, that's the mesh, and then the mesh just gets wider, so just a bigger hole, and more sand will fall out. Yeah, and as more sand falls out, it gets less into the bins, and fingers crossed that sort of solves the situation. I didn't talk to a few of the old school guys, and they've all said, they're doing 5 mil or 6 mil, and I bought 4 mil. What I've got on there at the moment is 3 mil, which is I thought would be about right, but it's not. So we changed it. We changed it to 4 mil, and everybody, said, "Oh, I'll use 5 mil." And one bloke goes, "Oh, I use 6 mil," and because it rotates around, you're not going to lose it straight down. It sort of tumbles, and it makes sense now. I just bought $400 worth of mesh, and we're going to try it out because I can't return it. So there you go. Anyway, we've got some overburden to move before I actually go down. So this is how much overburden is about 30 something wheelbarrows. So I'm just going to shift it with the Bobcat. That's 30 something wheelbarrows. And I normally do 40 in the morning, 40 in the afternoon. Right, so underground. And then we've got a few things to tidy up and get sorted out before we start digging. I'll show you the area that we left on last time and what I think is going to happen, and then also what we're going to do, and then what we're going to do in the future as well. So let's get at it. That's the way to the wash plant. Now, that's the way we're heading. Now, the reason why I chose this area to do one more forward instead of going this way, and we picked a hell of a lot of stone up all through here, right? So it stands to reason with, don't have my music player, the old school boom box, there's a billy there, there's a billy there. I'll get rid of those little ones there. And you can see how there's all that water got stopped here and bunched right up through there. And then there's a granite, so there's wash, and then the granite peaks up, and then there's wash underneath it. And wash is material from an old riverbed, 40, 60 million year old riverbed the sapphires got washed into, and that's what we're targeting. Now with the granite there and a peak of granite there, those sort of things excite me because obviously it's trapped wash, and if the water slows down and it traps wash, then it traps sapphires too. So super good to have that sort of stuff. And also we do have a bit in this direction. Now if we definitely wanted sapphires, we'll go on that way, which will happen the next episode. But I want to find out what's past here as well, and see how the floor hits a ridge and starts to drop, whether this is just a high point here, and if we follow that direction and then follow that direction, that high point, the water slows down, tips off, drops sapphires out, and then, you know, we're on for young and old. But you can see how there's slow water here in that waxy material there. There's a couple of billies there, a couple of billies there, and then there's a granite. There's granite there as well, and that granite's the floor, right? So it's just, that's decomposing granite, or granite is the floor, and it leads down. I want to see if it leads up to another peak, or it doesn't, or we get a few more of those and a few billies, which is just big rocks, you know, and there's another one there. So that kind of excites me a little bit, not as much as heading in that direction, because, you know, those big billies are sitting through here. We've got good sapphire here, one really good sapphire right there, and I want to charge in that direction, and you can see where there's just, you know, little billies and stuff poking out in that wall. But if we go this way, it might give me an indication of how far we've got to go, and whether I just open this side back up again. You know, if I just open that side right up, and I'm only 2 meters at the moment, I can go 3 or 4, but what I'll do is I'll just punch in a little bit that way. I just don't want to leave sapphires behind, like, oh, I've got to leave it for safety, you know, wall or a structure for safety. I want to just, you know, take everything, obviously, because I want sapphires. It's pretty understandable, isn't it? So yeah, let's get at it. Yeah, this is just me prepping. I had a little bit of stuff laying around, so I thought I'd get rid of it before I start, or trip over it more likely. A bit useless. There's a little section up here that I just wanted to sort of comment on. You'll see me grab my jackhammer and turn it upside down, and then I'll squirt a little bit of juice in it, and basically the jackhammer just needs a little bit of grease every time. So I think I start, you know, I'll go and grab it about now, and then put it upside down, pull the thing out, put a bit of juice in, put the lid back on again, and we're all way to go, and that just keeps that jackhammer from burning out. That's the morning's work. All right, today I'm feeling the pinch. I've got to go down and do another 20 or 30 wheelbarrows. More like 30 to 40 wheelbarrows in about 3 hours. So we need a bit of a secret weapon. Check this out. That in there. The rest out. Yeah, I just stopped. So I'm trying to create a good bench, and, you know, trying to get it down to a level where I don't have to process that much material. So, you know, just concentrating on mainly just getting the sapphires from the bottom. But a few things happen, and you think to yourself, let's just test the ground. And this will be a bit of a test tomorrow on what we actually get. But I'll show you why we stopped, and whether we're gonna, I think we're gonna get sapphire out of it. I mean, I always think we're gonna get sapphire out of it, but let's have a look. Now, I explained before, that's granite. Okay, and it's basically like a ball of granite there. There's another one there, and there's all those granite around there before. And we got good material out of that, good sapphire out of that, and they're just getting cut now. So that's that granite there, you know. And then we didn't see much over this side. There's a bit of sand that comes in here, and normally what I would have done is chopped it at that sand level, but it disappears here, and it's rolled up in that waxy clay type of material, which is that stuff there. You know, there's the normal rock, and then it's just clay, really waxy sort of material. Now, it looks like it's all turbulent, churned all the way up here. You know, that's a piece of the floor. You know, that's a piece of granite that's, you know, it could have been a ledge or whatever or something, but it's balled up there, and then there's another one there, and so on and so forth. So that's the bench I was creating, and just for scale, I'll throw the pick out on it. Yeah. So that's the pelican pick, and you can see it's right at the edge there. So it's a pretty decent sort of size. Now, if you come with me and have a proper look, the reason why I stopped is there's a billy just there, and it's fairly decent, it's fairly big. You can hear the difference of that and the normal, you know, and there's another one there. And then there's all that material here, and all rock through it. So there's rock through that, and, you know, another rock there, you can hear the difference. But I was jackhammering, and that is decomposing granite. So there's granite that high. Now, normally I'd just blast straight through it, but there's granite that high, there's ironstone in there, and I took a piece of ironstone from here as well. So maybe, just maybe, what's happened is slow water has hit, you know, and then there's been a jump up or a ridge or something like that in this area, and it's enough to, you know, throw granite up to the top there, or, you know, like, you know, something's happened. What I don't want to do is blow through sapphires. So easy does it this time. And it could just be that I'm processing like 30, 40 more wheelbarrows, probably about 30 more wheelbarrows than I should, but or that I normally do at least anyway, to target those sapphires. But also, if I just work that little bit harder, I might get a bit more cheddar, more sapphires really. So we'll find out tomorrow. Yep, it's happened. Come down to do some wash, and I just think to myself, just get as busy as you can. You don't have that much time today. You can only work till like 1 o'clock because there's so much work to do upstairs, and you need to prep for the wash plant. But check it out. This one, I'm going to have to wear my light because the light is just shocking. Now, if you can see it, holler out. But it's right there, okay? It's only little, but it's sapphire. And we'll have a look at it. It looks like it's shattered. You know, you should be able to see through, you know, almost dead into my hand. Maybe that corner. Anyway, we'll have a look. Oh, it's okay. Hang on. Might be a good piece in there somewhere. A beautiful little blue, blue yellow, blue green. Super light cross table. Looks like it's got some issues in it though. Yeah, it's got too many issues, I'd imagine. Anyway, as I've said, this light's terrible. That's a sapphire, so this one's going to go in the pocket. Actually, I'm not going to trust the pulsator. No, actually, it'll go in there, and then we'll go find it upstairs. See how we go. I did want to show you something else as well. This is kind of interesting. You know how I said in a previous one that that we may get. That's granite, you know, and that obviously nothing penetrates the granite. And then this is granite down here, and there's a wallow here, and it sort of pumps back up again. And there's a billy there, a billy there, and a billy there, and I've removed 3 billies from there, and obviously a billy there. So, you know where I was saying, like, you know, the slow water, we want all the nest of billies, you know, breeding those sapphires. So once they hit, the slow water hits down, and then we get billies, and you can tell, you know, if I stand back a tiny touch and not fall over, that was a good little nest just there, and then I'm picking a few sapphires. Nothing major, nothing huge, but we're on. Hey, right, it's been a while between drinks, obviously a lot sweatier now. I just found one on the wall. I was digging just there, and I found one and threw it in there, but it's all cracked, and that looks like a bit of slow water. There's been a lot of billies come out of there, and granite jumps up. It's a bit hard to see. Now we do have one here though, because I was just scanning the wall, thinking to myself, can I see a sapphire? And look at that little midget. Yeah, it's probably not PC. It could be a spinel though. I'm pretty sure it's sapphire. I haven't. Needs to grow for me to get excited though. It'll probably need to grow quite a lot. So let's see if we can get it out. It's small. I might have lost it. There we go. There it is there. It's only a bag. Looks like a little bit of crystal. It's sapphire, see it glint back at you. Let's see. Yeah, it's shattered to pieces by the looks of things. See a tiny touch of colour. Exactly what we're after. It's sapphire. Teal. Drama it's got inside of it. Anyway, there's just 2 that I found in the last sort of 5 minutes, so let's see what happens. I'm going to just do the last little bit of this wash, and then I'll go upstairs and process. So here we go. Rightio, just finished running 27 wheelbarrows, so let's see what we got in the pulsator. Hopefully we've got something to cut. A lot of effort today, let me tell you. Let's get into it. Yeah, I think we've got the cut for wishful thinking today. I don't think there's going to be too much in there, but let's have a look. I did go through and pick out the big irons to ease the pulsator up, otherwise it just clogs up, and then you got fear of it running over. You know, the sapphire running over. There's some decent irons there. Yeah, for a second there I thought that was a sapphire, but that's just another type of iron. Yep, that's a sapphire. Shattered. Might have been one of the ones we found underground. Oh, look, that's a skinny piece. Oh, look at that green. Hang on. Look out. Oh, it's shattered to pieces. Look at that. Oh, I got so excited for a second. Oh, great for a skin polish though, or you know, something like that. What's this little guy? Spinel. Yeah, well, that's that one shocked me. We just want to clear one of those. It was good to see come out. So there's still obviously sapphire coming out from that area. What the hell was that? Now let's see if we got anything that shattered. Rutile. Yes, stoked with that green. Oh, that's a little Pharaoh's eye. Look at that. Have a look at that inside. It's got a good little piece in it. What's that? Oh, look out. Look out. There it is. Got a crack right there, but it might be salvageable. Who knows? So there was something in there. I mean, I wasn't really finding anything underground at all. Look how clear that is. That's a little bit of zircon there. I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. Another sapphire, rock. Bomb. Yeah, so look, I wasn't excited before, and now I'm kind of a bit excited for the flat piece. A lot of flat pieces. What's that? Spinel. Got me all excited. Sapphire there. Just a bomb, unfortunately. It's kind of hard to see because I've got light streaming around everywhere at the moment. It's a little bomb. What's this piece? Spinel. Oh, what's that piece at the back here? Oh, no, it's Spinel by the looks of things. Yep, Spinel. Just got a, you know, that nice little green piece, but just super flat. Looks like a Spinel. Because everything's got like a bit of mud on it. It's not particularly clean. What's happening is I'm having a look at it and it just looks like, you know, like a star material. And oh, look out. What do we got here? What's that? Oh, that's alright. A bit dark. Not a good piece. That's a rock. Where did I see that star? Don't want it to run away on me. Oh, it's super flat. That's that star that I saw. I thought it was going to be massive. It's just a flat piece that disappeared. It's got some cracks in it. I'm just leaving this big one here to... Nah, it's rubbish. Alright, what's that? No, there might be a good section in it. No, it's fractured all over the joint. We're going to take it inside and have a look at it though. Also going to look through every baffle because I might be missing... Oh, that's that star that I saw before. That'll actually star up pretty nice. See the bronze. Bronze there, bronze there. Let's dig for the corners, eh? Shattered. Spinel. I've got to get a better way of doing this because this is... I can't really do it. Oh, what's that? It's hiding on me. That's a blue piece. Okey-dokey. Zircon. Missed you? This is a flat zircon. It's that little bit of material. Okay, another little zircon down there. I just picked that up. This bloody, I wanted to pick this up. So I'm not going crazy. A bit of zircon there. Okay, guys. Missed that. Zircon. Missed a bit of material there. Missing everything. From my batting career. Yeah. I was not good at cricket. If you're an American listening to this, cricket's just like a game like baseball, but just a bit different. Anyway, I was horrible at that. It's a piece of spinel. It's a piece of zircon. That's definitely a rock. Okay, the glare is crazy out here. I've got to get my head right over the top of it, otherwise I can't pick anything out. I'll see you guys inside. I think we might have 1 or 2 colours in there. Could have a nice little blue, so let's have a look at it inside. I'll go through the baffles first, just make sure I don't miss anything, and then we'll have a look inside. Rightio, so it's weigh up time. That's all of our sapphire, and we're going to need the little bucket this time, and that is our spinel. Fair bit of both, actually, to be quite honest. I didn't think there'd be this much sapphire in there, but there definitely was. That green one that I got a little bit excited about is full of cracks, and I'll show you that and why it's full of cracks. But there's 2 nice little blue yellows there, and fingers crossed, you know, they both definitely need heat, but there's also some stars as well, so we've had a pretty good day. Again, that spot gives up the bounty, so we want it to happen a bit better than that. But look, I'm happy with today's take. Didn't think there's going to be much, and really surprised me. Yeah, so that's a great result. 27 wheelbarrows, 187 carats. I will take that any day of the week. Yeah, that's good. That's put a big smile on the dial. Let's have a look at some of that stone. The green piece that I saw was this piece here with that little bit of light on it. You know, 15 carats, but when you have a look at it, you know, the color's amazing, but look inside of it, just a billion cracks. So it'll go great for skin polish, because you'll get that blue, just that light blue here, and all that yellow. That's why it looks so green. It's got yellow and blue in the corner there. Yeah, so you can see it a bit better that way. But yeah, gorgeous piece, just full of cracks. This is probably the pick of the day, because look how light, and you can see that crack a million miles away, but it doesn't go all the way through the stone, which is excellent. So it just if I can try to get that, I'm going to focus in just a little bit more, see if I can't get, yeah, so it doesn't go all the way through. Oh, it does. I'm lying to you. And wraps around to there. So there's got 2 cracks in it. You've got a crack that wraps right around to there. But there's still a good piece of it. You know, it might cut that way. Yeah, but that's a super light blue, and it's got a heap of silk in it, so we're going to heat it, and that'll lighten that blue up, and hopefully we get something out of it. Let's just see what it weighs. Yeah, 5.15. That's pretty good. And the other guy, I'm going to get out for you, is this guy here. Beautiful yellow, beautiful blue. And if that doesn't make an emerald cut, a magnificent emerald cut, or even a round brilliant,
Let's weigh it. Yeah, 4.15. So those two, you know, great results for the day. Excellent results for the day. That's a gorgeous little stone. Look at the yellow, look at the blue, look at it, look at it, look at it. And then obviously this one's super light. It's just a shame that it's got a crack where all that big thick weight is. But hopefully, you know, might make a like a pear cut or a, you know, something to try to get the maximum out of that stone. Anyway, that's for somebody else to worry about. They're two great stones, and we got a couple of stars, which was great for the day. So give me a second, I'll total it up. Yeah, and I forgot to say we had that one, and then a little speculator. So that's our speculator. The right shape. It's got a bit of junk on it. We'll give it a heat and see what it turns out like. But it's 5 carats, 5.5. So, you know, this could turn out to a nice little stone. It's a bit green on the cross. It's got a bit of junk on the corners, just on the skin there. I'd like to see it. That's the cross table. I'd like to see it all heated up, and then we'll make our final decision from there. That's that stone there. Yeah, so all up today with good stuff, 27. Yep, happy as a pig in the proverbial. Yeah, I just had a great day. So, you know, one or two of those just surprised me. And hopefully I get a few more surprises. So we'll see how these stones turn out. Yeah, so those stones were fantastic. Really only got one of those cut at the moment. The other two are just waiting to get sorted out. So yeah, we've got the last one, which was the 4.2 carat. And again, I was 100% wrong on, you know, what it was going to be like. We just ended up with a couple of little cracks in it and couldn't get to that emerald cut. But what we did do is get a trilliant cut, which is, I think, the first time that I've actually had it on the episode. I've got a couple before, and they've been cut before. I just haven't showed them. So it's before I started actually filming. So check this thing out. It's amazing. It ended up a bit teal, but check it out. Okie dokie, here it is. Look at that blue and yellow sing. Trilliant cuts are amazing. I love them for a ring or for a pendant or a set of earrings. They just seem to drip colour from every side. Yeah, you know, like just those beautiful greens and blues. And this is an amazing stone. 1.4 carats. So yeah, very lucky to get 1.4 out of the 4.2, and that yellow and blue are just fighting in amongst the green. Yeah, devastatingly good, I'd say. Yeah, that's just, these trilliant cuts, they're just a little sparkle animal. Yeah, super gorgeous, super nice. Every angle shows a different colour. Yeah, and orientation wise, it wouldn't matter where or how you orientated this, it's going to give you a heap of love. Look at that. I can't really find the best angle, not in this light. You know, kind of maybe that might be it. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. That could be it there. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell.